The snow fell thick that December evening in 1998, coating the windows of Sam's diner in a blanket of white. Samuel Hayes wiped down the counter for what felt like the 100th time that night, his weathered hands moving in practiced circles. At 52, he'd been serving food in this small Pennsylvania town for nearly 30 years. The bell above the door chimed. Sam looked up to see two children stumble in from the cold. The boy couldn't have been more than 12, his jacket too thin for the weather. The girl beside him was younger, maybe 8 or 9, her purple sweatshirt damp with melted snow. Stood just inside the doorway. Shivering, Sam watched as they chose a table by the window and sat down, their eyes fixed on the menu board above the counter. The boy whispered something to his sister, and she nodded, rubbing her eyes with small fists. Sam walked over, his apron still tied around his waist. "Evening, kids. What can I get for you?" The boy looked up, his face serious beyond his years. "How much is a bowl of soup, sir?" "Depends on what kind you want," Sam said gently. The boy reached into his pocket and pulled out a crumpled dollar bill and some coins. He counted them carefully on the table. "We have $1.47. Is that enough for one bowl?" "We can share." Sam's heart tightened in his chest. He glanced out at the snow, then back at these two children, alone in his diner. A freezing night. "You know what?" Sam said, pulling out his order pad. "Thursday nights we have a special. 2 bowls of chicken noodle soup, 2 grilled cheese sandwiches, and 2 hot chocolates. All for exactly $1.47. The girl's eyes went wide. The boy stared at Sam, uncertainty flickering across his face. "Really? Really?" Sam said. "But the special ends in 10 minutes, so you got here just in time." He walked back to the kitchen before the boy could ask any more questions. As Sam ladled soup into bowls, his mind wandered to his own childhood. 2 times when kindness from strangers had meant everything, he brought out the food and set it down in front of them. The children ate slowly at first, then with growing enthusiasm. The girl smiled for the first time, her face lighting up as she sipped the hot chocolate. "Where are your folks?" Sam asked, keeping his tone casual as he refilled their water glasses. The boy's expression darkened. "Our mom died last year. Our dad, he's been sick. He's at county hospital right now." Sam nodded slowly. "And where are you two staying?" "With our neighbor, Mrs. Patterson. She's nice, but she works nights. We were supposed to stay home, but we got hungry, and I thought maybe we could find something." Sam pulled up a chair. "What's your name, son?" "Michael. This is my sister, Emma." "Michael and Emma, I'm Sam, and I want you to listen to me carefully. Anytime you're hungry, you come here. You understand? This special runs every single day for you two." Michael's eyes filled with tears. He tried to blink away. "We can't pay you every time. Didn't ask you to," Sam said. "Yeah. Sometimes people help each other. That's just how the world is supposed to work." Over the following months, Michael and Emma came to the diner regularly. Sam fed them, helped Michael with his homework at the counter, and listened to Emma talk about her day at school. He learned that their father had cancer, that the treatments were failing. These children were facing a future neither of them understood. When their father passed that spring, Sam attended the funeral. He watched as social services prepared to place them in different foster homes. The system unable to keep siblings together, but Mrs. Patterson, the elderly neighbor, stepped forward. At 73, she had no obligation to these children, yet she fought to become their legal guardian. Sam helped however he could, writing letters, providing meals, offering support. Years passed. Michael and Emma grew up, came to the diner less frequently as they got older, as life pulled them in different directions. Michael went to community college, working nights to pay his way. Emma earned a scholarship to a school across the state. Eventually, they moved away. Sam heard updates occasionally through Mrs. Patterson until she too passed away. Then the updates stopped altogether. Sam continued running his diner. He got older. His hair turned completely gray, then white. The restaurant remained the same, a constant in a changing world, a place where people still came for comfort food and warm conversation. 22 years after that snowy December night, on a cold Tuesday morning, Sam arrived at the diner to find a silver Rolls-Royce parked outside. At 74, Sam had seen many things, but never this. Not in front of his modest establishment, a man in an expensive coat stepped out of the car. It took Sam a moment to recognize the eyes, the familiar set of the jaw. Michael. Hello, Sam.
Michael.
Was a man now confident and successful, but his smile was the same one from that 12-year-old boy. I've been looking for you for months, Michael said. Wanted to come back sooner, but life got complicated. Emma and I, we built a tech company together. It did well, very well. Sam shook his head in wonder. You two always were smart kids. Smart. Had nothing to do with it, Michael said quietly. You gave us something more important than food that night, Sam. You gave us dignity. You made us feel like we mattered when the whole world seemed to be falling apart. Emma appeared from the passenger side of the car, a successful woman in her 30s now, but her eyes still held that same warmth. We never forgot, she said, embracing Sam. Not a single day. Michael handed Sam an envelope. We can't give you back those years or repay what you gave us when we had nothing, but we bought the building. The diner is yours, completely paid off. And there's enough in there to ensure you never have to worry about anything again. Sam's hands trembled as he held the envelope. You didn't have to do this. Yes, we did, Emma said. Because you taught us that people can choose kindness, even when it costs them something, especially then. Sam looked at these two people, one scared children in his diner, now standing before him with such grace and gratitude. His eyes filled with tears. You two turned out pretty good, he said, his voice rough with emotion. Michael smiled. We had a good example. They spent that morning in the diner, talking and laughing, sharing stories and memories. Sam made them chicken noodle soup and grilled cheese sandwiches, and for a few hours, the years fell away. Some acts of kindness echo forever, touching lives in ways we can never predict. Sam had simply fed two hungry children on a winter night, but in doing so, he had given them something to believe in during their darkest time, and that made all the difference. If this story touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe. For more tales of kindness and human connection, leave a comment below about a time someone's generosity changed your life. Your story might inspire someone else today.